Knicks Nation. Today is Tuesday, the 24th day of September, 9/24/24. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. Hope your family's safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health is being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who are out here trying their best to save lives every day. And those also that make deliveries for our convenience and those that pick up garbage to keep our places clean. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and little children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on those who make money from these things. And double curses on all the perverts that create demands to have these things. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. Nearly 600,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, veterans, homeless in the United States of America. And millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them. For theirs is the kingdom. So, big news yesterday. And yesterday I did the emergency pod. I don't like to do emergency pods because emergency pods, I'm so emotional about whatever the situation is that I didn't get a chance to sit back, think on it for a night. And I'm glad I did the Mitchell Robinson situation. Mitchell Robinson, if you haven't heard, he's going to be out until at least December. Now, he had off-season ankle surgery. Again, he had the ankle surgery earlier last year, and he played on that ankle, and he wasn't ready, but he was trying to get back, and he probably re-injured it. And he had a further ankle surgery after the season. As of August, it was reported by Ian Begley that he was not yet cleared for contact. And at the time, Ian Begley said he may not be cleared by training camp. Well, now we know he's not ready, and he won't be ready to return until December. But in what Ian Begley reported yesterday, and I put it in yesterday's video description box, you haven't seen it, both the Knicks and Mitchell Robinson want to make sure that he's 100% before he comes back, which tells me that both the Knicks and Mitchell Robinson are expecting him to be 100% when he comes back. Okay, so that's good news. Actually, as I thought about it overnight, right, and had a chance to digest the situation, it's a blessing in disguise, actually, because you see, if you go back, and again, it was good. Somebody put up on Twitter once in a while. Somebody that's not crazy does something on Twitter. Most of y'all are crazy, but anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. But they showed game one of the Philadelphia 76ers series against the Knicks and how Mitchell Robinson thoroughly destroyed Joel Embiid, completely outclassed him, okay? And he has the ability to do that if you paying attention. It was MitchRob that dominated Cleveland when we took Cleveland out in the gentleman's sweep 2 years ago. So he is able to do that. And because of that, you want to be patient with him. And we do have Jericho Sims and Precious Achua. Now, and please, it's amazing. Bad news for the Knicks brings out the worst in some of the haters of Knicks Nation. It's like when you got a cut and you get pus, the pus comes to the surface. That's some of y'all that come out here with the hate. All of y'all that come out with, I'm glad we got to trade him and get rid of him. I don't mind trading Mitchell Robinson if we can get something better. But some of y'all just hate. And if you notice, you go back in there where you put that comment, it ain't there no more. You know why? Because I deleted your ass. That's why. And I don't need that crap on my channel. Secondly, all of this stuff, people start coming up with these names. I'll be like, what are you, Dwight Howard? Somebody said Dwight Howard could give you 12 and 8 still. I was like, 12 and 8 what? 12 bottles of oil and 8 bars of soap? What, 12 and 8 what? He ain't doing no 12 and 8. Listen, please remember, if nobody's signing the dude, it's because he done. You understand? It ain't because he got something left. He done. Boogie Cousins is done, and so is Dwight Howard. They done. They ain't got nothing left. China League for them. Okay, so stop mentioning them. The Knicks been down this road. Some of y'all are probably too young to understand. The Knicks been down this road to sign the has-beens in the past. They've been down this road to sign the has-beens in the past. Those of us that have actual knowledge of the Knicks, that's been around a minute, we've seen enough has-beens. We don't need no more has-beens. Okay, no more has-beens. So what you got out there now that you really could use is Jonas Valanciunas and Nick Richards. That's the only two players you really got right now that you could use, that you could possibly get. Okay, you can't. I mean, that's realistic. And you can't even get them yet. So you can't get them. And the reason is, listen carefully, those of you that are trade bunnies, that are tripping trade bunnies, listen. The Knicks have built the team to win the championship. You cannot just think you're going to just get a trade guy and put him in there with this team. This team has been carefully constructed. You can't just take away assets and think you're going to help your team. You're not. You might help your NBA 2K fantasy, but you're not helping the team. Okay? And for me, and those heads like me, it's time to win this chip. And so we got what we need. We just got to depend on Jericho Sims and Precious Achua. Hey, listen. Outside of the true Knicks fan, like if you talking to somebody from some other city in some other place, they may not know nothing about Jericho Sims. Okay, they're going to say something. You're going to hear them talk about, well, the Knicks got to go get a center now. You're going to hear that because they don't know the players that we know that are part of our organization. Just like 2 years ago, nobody except a few of us on Knicks Nation knew about Deuce McBride. Okay, nobody. They still people that are mentioning the Knicks. We need more depth at guard because they don't know Deuce McBride. After he done shot 40% from three, and every guard in the NBA don't want to see him. Okay, it's because of his defense. So still, there are people that are not going to know Jericho Sims, and they're going to be suggesting all these has-beens for the Knicks to sign, which we don't need to get right now. Now, it's a good thing. If this had to happen with Mitchell Robinson, it's good that it happens now. Because now you're going into training camp and Jericho Sims knows he's the starting center. He knows that. So Tibbs, Sims, the big man coach, all of these people are working with Jericho. And of course, the players are close, led by the captain, Jalen Brunson. Everybody is close to each other. They get along and they're all encouraging him. And they're all helping him prepare. And he's going to be running with the first unit in practice, in training camp, in preseason, and in the season. So now he gets all the preparation and help he needs. He's a guy that knows Tibbs' system better than any center out here that's not on the Knicks. Okay, he knows the system. Only one that would know it as good as him, better than him, is Hartenstein. And we know he ain't coming through that door. He's in Oklahoma City. So he knows Tibbs' system. He understands it. And let me also, for those of you, I've had a couple people come in, well, we can get somebody about the same price as Mitchell Robinson. Okay. Mitchell Robinson this year is being paid $14.8 million. Next year, he's being paid $12.9. His salary is decreasing. Mitchell Robinson is 26 years old. Okay, if you can get Mitchell Robinson, let's say in January, let's say January 1st, and you can get him for the rest of the season, fully healthy, you can win a championship. And so it would be worth letting him sit and get 100% to come back and do to the NBA what he was doing before he got hurt. Okay, destroying them. Offensive rebounds, guarding the paint, rim protection, running the floor. That's what you want from him. Finishing. So you don't just trade that, and just because somebody mentioned some guy making the same money. That's not how it works. You're not trading him. So it's not like you're switching the salary. Okay, he's on the books. He's going to remain on the books. So you can't just get another $14 million salary right now. Just to let you all know who don't know, the Knicks are $7.6 million below the second apron. So they could sign somebody under $7.6 million. Okay? They could without breaking up the team. Even like a Jonas Valanciunas would be difficult to get because he makes about 12. But Nick Richards is about $5 million. So you could get him. All right? But right now, as they stand, the Knicks are going to pay $13.3 million in luxury tax. Now, that ain't breaking, Dolan's bank. But nobody, and especially if you know anything about the Don at all, you know he ain't into paying no luxury tax, even if it ain't his money. He managing the Knicks like they're his. So right now, unless you're going to get that $5 million that's under that 7.6 second apron, you ain't, that's it. That's what you got. That's your situation. So they really got no choice. They got to go with Jericho Sims. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't. Thinking about it now as I had a night's sleep, let's go with Jericho. Let's do what we do with Jericho. Train him. He's, like I said, this is his 4th season with the Knicks. And so he played with him and Deuce come in the league together. So they don't know no other system really except Tom Thibodeau's system. Both of those guys, and they both know Tibbs' system, and they both work their behind off, and Tibbs knows this. So Tibbs trusts them for their work ethic. He knows what he got. Now Jericho will never be mistaken for a rim protector. That's not him. He's 6'10". He's athletic. But for rim protection, generally, you got to have one or two things, if not both. You got to have the length, right? You got to have like that 7-foot wingspan length, like Mitchell Robinson or Rudy Gobert. Or you got to have excellent timing. Like if you have timing, even if you're like 6'10", there's some guys that just got that timing plus a little bit of length on their arms, and they make up for the lack with that, like Precious Achiuwa. Okay, he's 6'8", 6'9", and he got 7-foot wingspan, and he could play the 5 because he's great timing in terms of blocking shots and stuff. So you need that. Jericho's neither of those, really. He's not got the greatest timing, and he definitely doesn't have the wingspan. He's athletic. So you're going to need help. He will, he's going to be tough on defense. He really can be tough on defense. Somebody say he was soft. One of my men say he was soft. I said, okay, if that's your opinion, that I respect that. But I don't see Jericho as soft. Jericho is ready to rock, man. So he may not be 7 feet. He may not have the 7-foot wingspan. He don't got the great timing. But he's going to give you what we want in New York. You know what that is? Heart. He's going to give you all his heart. He's going to be out there busting his tail, trying to make it happen. On top of that, I think a lot of us seen Jericho been working on his offensive game. I wouldn't be surprised if you seen him come with a little 8-foot turnaround jump shot, little 8-foot baby hook. He going to bring his own game to the table, okay? And he always runs the floor. That's one thing. If you're playing for Tom Thibodeau, you're going to be running. And so he will not get beat down the floor by the opposing center. That's big time for us, right? And then I think it was Sister Lee mentioned, Boston. And then at first I said, Boston might be a problem. But then I thought about it. I said, wait. Kristaps Porzingis ain't going to start the season either. Ain't worried about no Boston. We got OG. We got McCall. We got Juju. We good. We got to put Jericho on Al Horford or Sam Hauser or one of them. Okay? But I think we be all right. I think we can handle that. All right? I think we can. So we good there. I'm still expecting a pretty good 30-game start for the Knicks. The Knicks generally start slow. Every year, Tibbs' teams play better second half of the season. I've been telling you that for years now, than first half of the season. Most defensive coaches, for some reason, that's the way it is. Same with Eric Spoelstra. They play better second half of the season than they play first half of the season. So that's typical. I was expecting, because of the stacked roster the Knicks have, that they would start off faster this time. And the initial news that MitchRob had me damper those expectations a little bit. And I still will damper them a little bit, but I still expect them to be better than they normally are for their first 30 games. Okay? Better than they normally are for their first 30 games. I'm still expecting that. So, Jericho, it's your ball, baby. He going to step up. I'm not worried about Precious. I always felt like Precious was going to be good. Second unit, solid. We got everything we need with him. Yes, we'd like him to be 7'1", but he's not. He's 6'9". So we'll deal with that, okay? So we got that. Now, also, Mook, probably, and Bates Diop. I'll be surprised. Bates Diop got to come in out of shape to not make this team. Because Shamit's going to come in shape. Okay, Shamit is. He's going to come in shape. But we already got JB is 6'2". Deuce is 6'1". DiVincenzo 6'4". Hart is 6'4". Cameron Payne they say is 6'3". We don't need another 6'4" dude. at the end of the bench. We just don't. So, but we could use a 6'8". So you got Mook at 6'8", and you got Bates Diop at 6'8". I think Mook now makes the team, and he's going to be the 11th guy, outside the rotation. And then you got, I think Bates Diop makes that last spot, okay? Because basically, when it comes down to it, some of y'all don't see it. Let me just explain to you. There's 15 spots on the regular roster, not including the 3 two-way guys who ain't going to play. Okay, you got to take Tyler Kolek and Daddy off of that too, because they going to be on the team. They just ain't going to play either. So that's your G League starting 5. Is Tyler Kolek, Become Daddy, Hook Porty, McCullough, and who am I missing? Missing some. Oh, Jacob Thomas. So you're going to have those 5 as your G League starting 5. They're going to play the whole G League year. You ain't going to see them. Fine, right? But now you only really have 2 spots left. You got 2 spots, and you got 3 guys. Well, 4 counting OKK. So you got 4 guys competing for 2 spots. And one of those guys is Mook. So Mook will make the team. Take him out. See, this is what you know. A 35-year-old dude that has a couple of teams looking at him still has something left. A 35-year-old dude that ain't nobody wanting to sign, like Dwight Howard, ain't got nothing left. Okay? This is the league. There's 30 teams. If somebody got something that can help them win, they'll sign him. So Mook has still got a little bit left. He ain't going to be Mook that was here 4 years ago. Don't think that, because you get disappointed. But he can help for 10, 15 minutes a game, for sure. So you're going to get him. Then that leaves 3 guys looking for 1 spot. Well, KK, sorry. And again, you're dealing with 6'4" Shamet, 6'8" Bates Diop at age 28. I'm thinking Bates Diop gets that spot. So you're going to have Bates Diop at the end of the bench with Mook. Cameron Payne is going to be the 3rd point guard. And there you go. So we got to go with Jericho Sims. I have faith in Jericho. I'm pulling for Jericho. Don't expect all-star play from Jericho, but expect all-star heart, because that's what he's going to bring. He's going to bring heart and soul and desire and hustle to that position. That's what we need. That's all we're going to get right now. And that's going to be good enough. When you're talking about OG Anunoby on one side, Julius Randle on the other side, and now you got the nerve to add Mikal Bridges to MVP level Jalen Brunson, yeah, we can't expect more than heart and desire and hustle from Sims. If we get that, if he's diving on the floor and he's running the floor, we're going to be good. Don't worry about it. We're going to be good. All right, y'all? So no need to trip. Please, I beg you, don't come on my channel asking me about these has-beens. They ain't coming. We good. Y'all enjoy your Tuesday. So.